Your kid will never have a more fun time than a day at an area park. Well, if you have a kid with special needs, that's pretty hard to come by, but not anymore. Here at Valpo Park here in Valparaiso, every kid gets a chance to play at the park. So everyone's in and nobody's out.
Plazo experience had several levels with it. One was to create a wonderful playground for children of all ability levels and ages. The second was to engage our community together in building that. And so, particularly this time, we call it Valpo the Next Generation, so that we had people that had built the first playground in 1994, and then this next playground were some of those children that had enjoyed that for 20 years. Now they have children, and they also was a real practical experience of having the next generation of leaders step up and become involved with their community. And now they did this.
The real challenge, because he didn't walk independently until he was 5, and so it was very hard to take him anywhere because he really couldn't maneuver. He couldn't even really walk on the playground. And there were a lot of things that I didn't feel were completely safe for him. He couldn't sit on a swing by himself unless it was a baby swing, and he couldn't, some of the slides were too far off the ground. What's great about this park now is that he can walk anywhere. He can walk up the ramps, which he really loves, and he loves the large swing, and he can sit in there for a long time. And I think he feels very comfortable here, and there's a lot of places for him to sit, and it's relaxing and relieving as a parent to know that I can take him someplace, because as makes me cry. I mean, it's you just want your child to do the typical things, and some children with disabilities, they're very minor, but if it's a big deal, it's just such a relief, and you feel like your children more belong in society as part of society. So concrete, but he's just watching kids play football, but he wants to be in the mix just like any other kid. But what you want is to have the most natural experiences possible, and taking your child to a playground is one of the primal experiences that we have, at least in the United States.
600 donors raised $1 million to make this park happen. It's so successful and groundbreaking that people from around the country are calling to say, hey, how can I get one? In Valparaiso, Stephen Lattimore, Lakeshore Report.
This park, first of all of the materials are recycled composite wood, so everything is green. The lifespan of the park will be 50 to 100 years, whereas the other one was about 20 years. A zip cruise which has two gliders on it where kids can race. One is just you hold on and swing, and the other one is a seat that you can buckle in, sit in, and be very safe, so special needs children can play in that and have a great time. It's the same with the swings. With all of the swings, we have for the tots, and for the older kids, we have a special need component as well. So it was designed by the children, and we tried to include all of the children. At the same time, it was designed by the special needs parents who said, we want our kids to be able to play. And we said, what would make them feel safe? And what would allow
600 donors raised $1 million to make this park happen. It's so successful and groundbreaking that people from around the country are calling to say, hey, how can I get one? In Valparaiso, Stephen Lattimore, Lakeshore Report.